Okay, now we're ready to do the machining on the eyes and the mouth and the headband on this part. So to do that, we're going to have to create a new feature. It's called a mill window. But before you can do the mill window, there's something you need to set, and it's quite important. It took us a long time to figure this out. If you go to Tools and Options, and you search for the word silhouette, well, I didn't spell silhouette right. Okay, let's try that again. I need an L. There we go. Allow workpiece silhouette. It's important because that'll make it so that we can look at the outline of the feature of the whole part instead of all the individual features on it. Set that to yes. The default is no, so set it to yes. Hit close, and you're ready to go. So let's create a new mill window. Click mill window there. I'm going to do my placement. So I'm going to place this. I'll place this on this back plane right here. Some things I want you to know about. One is this keep inside loops. If you look here, I'm going to turn this off a second. You'll see that the smile has that yellow line around it. Now it's gone, now it's back, now it's gone. What that means is if you keep that loop, the only thing in the window will be the face minus the smile. In this case, we want to make dust out of the smile. So if we turn this off, now we can have the whole thing be the window. Simply means anything within the window will be what we machine. Go to Options. This is a really important feature, the machine with tool. If your path doesn't look right, if you're not getting the right result, this is probably where it's located. Inside window contour means that the tool will not exceed the window. So it'll get close to the edge, but it will not touch it. If you go on window contour, it'll go all the way up through the edge of the part. Your tool will overrun the edge. You can go outside if you need to, but in our case, on window will be good enough. So keep that in mind. So I've created my window. It's got a silhouette already, so that's the area that we're going to be machining in. Now we're going to add in a machining step. So we're going to go Steps, Volume Roughing. There is no window roughing, but here's where you get to pick between window and volume. So we're going to want a window. We're going to take what it gives us. It's going to ask us a few more questions. We're going to copy information from the previous step. That'll save us typing some stuff in. But there's some things it needs here too. We need a step depth, and Kevin says we can just slam right into the wood, right, Kevin?
Sure.
So we're just going to slam right in 3/4 of an inch. That's no problem. And we do want some step over. Go ahead and try to put a bogus value in. It won't work real well. It's got to at least overlap the tool a little bit in the path. Everything else looks pretty good. We're going to leave it like it is. All right. Now to select the window, this is really simple. You select the window. There, you're done. Let's play the path and see if it worked. So we compute. It's a good thing to hit Compute CL. Hit that every time you get a chance because that'll make sure that it's working, that it always updates the path. It's thinking, it's thinking, it's thinking. Oh, it crashed. Something's not right. If you don't get that little play window, you know you've done something wrong. And I think I know what I've done wrong. Kevin, do you know what I've done wrong?
I'm not sure.
All right, let's take a look. I think what happened here is when I created my mill window, I selected that back surface. So let's try this again. I'm going to suspend all, that's fine. I'm going to come back in here, and for my placement, instead of the back plane, let's make that the front surface instead. So now it's the front surface. Everything else will be fine. Let's go back in and see what happens. So I didn't delete my volume milling. I just left it there. Then come back in, we'll play. Remember to hit compute because we want to recompute the cutting path. And now we're ready to play. We've got a little tool there, looks like a cigarette coming out of his mouth, but nothing. Remember, Hayworth is a tobacco-free campus. Okay, and so we play. Isn't that right, Kevin?
Nice plug.
Nice plug, you like that? All right, so it's playing the path here. We can change the speed too, but hey, I kind of like watching it run. It comes through and it does all the features. I want to show you here. Notice what I meant on this little path. By having the tool come all the way to the edge, it makes sure that when we go to cut out these little bits here that we're not left with a radius, because otherwise we'd have a quarter-inch radius in all these spots. In fact, if you look real careful, we might even have a problem here. We might leave just a little bit of wood in this corner. If that's the case, we can fix that by setting it to go beyond the bounds of the surface. And that way it'll make sure it goes all the way out of the part and comes all the way back in. Alright, we got the features we wanted. Now it didn't do the little holes, and why didn't it do the little holes?
The holes are smaller than the current tool you have selected.
Alright, so we're going to fix that in the next step. We're going to show you how to add those little holes in. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Don't forget to hit done. Remember, don't do next, don't do quit. Just hit done. Alright, now we're going to add in the drilling operation. The drilling operation is quite simple. This is one of the nicest parts. Let's go ahead and hit done. We're going to set our feeds here. I'm going to cheat and I'm going to use the other ones. Again, most of these should be done by the post-processor, so we're not going to worry too much about that stuff anyway. This is what's really nice. When you want to pick your holes, in the orientation that you are, it gives you the diameters of all the holes it found. Which is really great. So I just picked the one I want, the 0.12. I hit the checkbox, it selected them all. It already handles the depth, it's perfect. Hit play. Oh, what did I do this time? Wrong tool diameter. Seems to be a theme, right? I got to make sure that I have a tool diameter that's going to fit in that little hole. So I don't want to kill what I'm doing. I'll just hit done. Oh yeah, it's going to complain. That's fine. But let's make it right. I'm going to go back into it again. Actually, I really didn't need to get out, but we'll go back in. We're going to adjust the tool. So I select tool, and I'm going to need to make a new tool. New. Change the diameter. I think these are 120. Yep. Tool number 2, that's what we're going to use instead. Looks great. Let's play it. Don't forget to compute every time. Boom, boom, boom. Good. Boom, boom, boom. Got it. Hit done. Here we go. Now we can play both these operations together if we want, and we can see the whole thing happening. Actually, we'll play all 3 operations, even better. I'll turn up the speed just a little bit. Runs around the outside, machines the mouth, the eyes, the headband, changes tool, does the drilling. And you're all set. So you've made the outside, and you've done all the face machining, and it's robust. We'll show you a little bit later what it means by robust. Thanks.